Ladies and gentlemen, my name is In the Game Kaya, and welcome to ITGK Survives. In this series, I will be going through every single arc map, both story arcs and player arcs, collecting every explorer's note, clearing every cave, collecting every artifact, and defeating every boss in my quest to become the ultimate arc survivor. Now, without further ado, let's get into the episode. So, here we are in episode 8, finally ready to get started, and this is going to be a fun one because we're going to be going back and forth between the island and Genesis Part 2 today, and I finally got myself a cluster set up, so I don't have to do the weird kind of transferring that I did the first time I went out to Genesis Part 1. Now that I have a cluster set up, we just walk over to this terminal, open it up, hit travel, and now we're on Genesis Part 2 as soon as it's done downloading. The benefit to this is that I get to keep all of my stuff that's in my inventory. And I did set up a box so that I could drop all my stuff in that I didn't want to take with me next to the terminal. Because I'm mostly playing the island right now. And I had to reinstall Arc. My hard drive glitched out and a lot of the stuff that was on the hard drive was lost for some reason. It's not busted, but it's my SSD that I keep Arc on, so I had to completely reinstall Arc and all of the mods, get it all back up, and that includes the graphics boost that I run with when I play, which is reshade settings that I use. So I do mess with that a little bit at the start of this video, trying to get it back to kind of what it was before. I used one of the wrong bloom settings here, which is kind of why it looks dim. I like the look of it, but I'll get it fixed. So once we're back on the island, I think I finally finished tweaking it. And you may notice that my voice hasn't cut out and it just keeps running like this. That's because there was a lot going on when I recorded this day, so I had to record without doing live commentary. I'm doing commentary afterwards. And you know what? Maybe I'll like this style and I'll just keep it. Because for one thing, my brain is fully engaged with commentating at this point, instead of trying to play and commentate. But you do lose a little bit of that raw, natural reaction when something really cool or really fun happens. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Whichever I prefer is what I'll stick with. If you have a preference, let me know in the comments down below what you prefer, doing commentary as I play or whatever. I did a handful of missions. The reason I went to Genesis Part 2, I did it for two reasons. Number one, I wanted a few extra engram points without having to level up. And you can buy those in the Hexagon shop. So I definitely wanted to do that. And there are race missions on Genesis 2 that are really easy, but Genesis 2 specifically because you can get the net projectile here, which I'm going to use to tame a Baryonyx. And I do tame a Baryonyx in this episode. And I'll show you where we do that later, because that's towards the end of this episode. But I did several missions here. This is just a gamma downriver run, so I just sped this up. And I also did alpha of a couple of other missions, but I did gamma beta alpha all the way through. So I'll only be showing the alpha. I'll cut, once we get to the terminal, I'll just cut straight to my alpha attempt, because I don't think you guys need to see me do anything under alpha. Obviously, if I clear it on alpha, I can clear it on the other two difficulties. No problem. Some of these missions are kind of difficult to do by yourself. Specifically, all the combat-focused ones, the hunt missions, the horde mode mission that is Survive the Ark. All of that is a little bit difficult. So I'll probably have my brother help me with that when I do get to those, but that'll be quite a ways down the line. I want to end with Genesis Part 2, because that's kind of where the story of Ark ends. So for the most part, I want to do the maps in order if I can. Yeah, I'll go back and forth from map to map, but the bosses, I want to get the bosses done in order. Because most of these bosses I've never faced before. I've seen other people face them. I myself haven't done it, really. I'm really looking forward to getting it done, and actually I'm looking at this, it's like, this is episode 8. We're ready to run caves now after the end of this episode. We've got everything we need, all the equipment ready to go. We've got our dinosaur for running caves and the baryonyx ready to go now. So what am I going to do over the next couple of episodes was something that kind of crossed my mind. And believe it or not, I was thinking, you know, there's a potential. I mean, we'll see how much I can get done in episodes 9 and 10, but like seriously, episode 11 or 12 could end up being our first boss fight against the Broodmother. So I'm gonna need to tame some Megatheriums or another type of boss creature, boss fight creature that we can use to fight the Broodmother. But I know where all those caves are, and it's super easy. I can get all 3 caves done in one episode. In fact, that's probably going to be episode 9, and then we'll start prepping for the actual fight itself. And I'm going to need like alpha creature kills or apex predators and stuff. I don't remember what it is for the Broodmother. It's like Sarco skins and Argent Talons, something else. I think that's what it is. It'll take some time to get that stuff, but it's not anything crazy. And I remember the dragon, if I remember right, is absolutely nuts in its requirements for alpha. So yeah, I am going to start working on these boss fights, but we're still not really that close to finishing the island at all, because I got to do all 3 difficulties of all 4 bosses on the island. And this is my reshade I was talking about using, because I'm going to tweak this a little bit and then get into the next mission after doing Circuit Chase, which is, so honestly, Circuit Chase is really easy. I'm not super great with Enforcers, but the time limits, as long as you don't get turned around on the ceiling, the time limits are more than reasonable to do it on Alpha. It is a little bit harder with a controller. It's harder to be as precise with your blinks, but I just moved this stuff over so we can transfer it back when we get to the island. And I got tech triangle ceilings. I guess I can use that. But, yeah. I do still need to buy some engram points. And I'm also going to, what I don't spend on engram points, I'm going to get some more cementing paste as well. So let's buy some engram points here. I didn't realize that you can't buy multiple at the same time. You have to buy it one at a time. So I just bought a few and then threw the rest into cementing paste. There we go. And then I was looking through my engram list, and I got a few engrams, but I realized a little bit later, once I got back to the island, that I had forgotten something. I forgot, as I moved back to the island now, I forgot to get the net projectile engram. But I hadn't realized that yet, so I'm going to pull my stuff out of the terminal here. All of this stuff that I transferred in there, so got all of that. And I don't know what I'm going to do with those triangle ceilings, honestly. We can't build with tech yet for a while, not until we beat some bosses. We got plenty more cementing paste, and honestly, this might be the easiest way to get cementing paste if you move from map to map, is to just go in there and get it. And that hard poly that we made, I think that was the end of last episode. So I'll be able to make some serious equipment now. Like pump action shotgun, which you definitely need. I'd prefer to have a blueprint or to have found one in a drop, but I don't have anything right now, so I'm just gonna make this one. And I gotta start working on some shotgun shells too. So go ahead and move that into my inventory. And look in the smithy here. It was looking at making some bullets, but I didn't have my like gunpowder and stuff transferred in for me to make it. And I made so many bullets in this episode, I ran out of gunpowder. But and I think I also needed some metal as well. But I did make a metal run a little bit later. So we'll make up those bullets, and then got to make up some shotgun shells as well. And I adjusted my graphics settings. Still making those bullets. It takes a little bit. At least it makes 2 every time when you do that. As soon as that's done, I can make those shotgun shells, and I should make up some more bullets and darts for my long neck too. And I need my stuff out of the box now that I'm back. Just put all this stuff back here. Go ahead and get it all lined up. But I got a whole lot done in this episode. Because I feel like that's kind of the theme now that we're up and running, is making big strides and getting things done. I want to get some more industrial stuff going, but I'm not quite high enough level to get all of that stuff. So that's probably going to have to wait a little bit. I need to tame more Argents. I want to imprint on one that'll be a little bit stronger, and breed it to get the weight, health, and melee of 2 really high level Argents together, and then imprint on that baby so that I have a really nice Argent to ride around on. So go ahead and make up some shotgun shells. Once those are done, I'll be able to defend myself, and this shotgun does come in handy. Even just walking around, just having a weapon that you can use and not having to rely on a dinosaur is nice. So I need to go and get some resources. I need metal, I need obsidian, I need crystal, and I'm not going to go and get them all at once. I'm going to go and get one, and then I'm going to come back and drop it off, and then I'm going to go and get another one, and come back and drop it off. One thing, I did lose my long neck. I transferred to test it, and in the transfer back, while I was testing the cluster setup, for some reason, I lost my long neck somewhere, and I don't know where it's at. I thought I left it in the tribute of the terminal and the ARC data. No, it's not in the box either. I had a long neck. I don't know what happened to it. But anyways, it's time to go out and get some materials. And as always, I'm going to need some crafting materials too. So first things first, to get some wood. So let's go and do that quick. You get so much wood with this stupid beaver. And because I'm biting bushes while I'm doing it, I get narco berries, which I pull with spoiled meat into my personal inventory, and then from my personal inventory into the mortar to evenly distribute it. And then just walk over here and make some narcotics. Nice, quick, and easy, just like that. You just got to keep those narcotics pumping out. You do a lot of taming in this series. And we're done with the utility tames now. And we have everything that we need in terms of just collecting things and making things. Other than maybe a Pelagonus, which I still need to tame eventually, but it's not really that big of a deal. I can still get organic polymer without it. But hey, let's go and get some metal. Make a metal run. And this is great, having I have my damage on Dinos harvesting turned up. And just taking one swipe at those resources and watching it shatter is just so satisfying. I love it. So now we'll transfer out once we get back. Transfer into the refining forge. Boom. And now we need that wood that we got from the beaver. I don't need that preserving bin. Transfer, and we'll make some more charcoal as well and get this metal smelting. Like that, and oops, turn that back on. Okay, so the wood is going, charcoal's going. We're gonna need to make a little bit more spark powder to keep making more shotgun shells. Make some more long neck bullets, which will turn into darts. Pull the narcotics into here. Looks like we made 200 narcotics. That's going to make us plenty of darts. finish making all of that. You guys don't need to see me stand here at the smithy and wait for things. Put that into the long neck that we crafted. And I did organize my inventory a little bit, but I realized that going back and forth between servers, those folders disappear when you travel back and forth. Also, since I have a shotgun, I want to put a flashlight on it. I always do. Just a personal thing. But I don't have crystal. So now I'm going to need to go and get some crystal. But hey, before we do that, we're back here. Back on Genesis Part 2 real quick. Come over here. And we're going to get the net projectile. And this is great because this net projectile specifically, it's launched out of a harpoon gun as I get our element as well. If I find enough element dust, I can craft some element. But the harpoon gun, the thing that fires big darts underwater, basically, you can use that gun to fire nets that will trap medium and undersized creatures, or is it large and undersized? Under that size creatures. The things like mammoths and Uranus can be netted, but things like Brontos and T-Rexes and Gigas can't. For a while, you could even net alpha creatures. I'm pretty sure they patched that out. But, no, we didn't do anything else while we were on Genesis 2. I just wanted to get that net thing, just in case I found something I wanted to tame. It's great to have around. Reorganize my inventory here before we head back to Genesis again one last time in this video and have to do it all again. I didn't realize that when your inventory moves like that, that thing can't be moved. So the easiest way to fix it, if it bothers you like it does me, is to just change modes twice. And now it's in its right spot. When that specimen implant is not in the first slot, it just bothers me. I don't know why, it's just not right. Okay, hide your hats. And can I make a grill? No, I cannot. Again, I need crystal. Okay. So, got my pick. I've got my armor on me. Just need to find carrier pigeon over here. Hop on, and let's go and get some crystal. The best place to get crystal? Out at the volcano, which I find a full set of hide armor at. I don't really need it, but hey, it's gonna come in handy when I run caves, and I don't have to craft a primitive set. I prefer blueprint stuff that's got a little bit more protection, but you always wear hide armor when you go into a cave. For a very specific reason that I'll cover once we actually get to caves. And now we'll just go ahead and chop up all of this crystal around here. And this is going to take a while. I'll just go ahead and speed this up for you guys because you don't need to watch me do a bunch. But I got a ton of crystal here. Go up here. I pretty much cleared the entire volcano out of crystal. If I had a nicer pick, this would go a little bit faster. But you remember a couple episodes ago, we tried to collect resources from the volcano with the Anki. And these are kind of weird and buggy to collect with an Anki for some reason. So I just went ahead and did it by hand. Almost done. Get that crystal. And away we go. So, that's metal and crystal down. I still do need obsidian at some point, which means I'm going to have to come back to the volcano. Found this drop while I was out exploring, and got some chitin boots. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but, you know, it's extra armor, I guess. And then right over the hill, there's a note here. And a little bit further down along this cliffside, as I level up, right there. Tech note. And that's double and quadruple XP going at the same time, which is like 8x XP. Which gives you a ton of levels, and as long as that clock's running, you're just gonna grind. Even at this stage of the game, where I'm a 72 now, I'm gonna grind levels pretty quick. So go ahead and on my way back home, I found this, and 400 seconds left on that quadruple XP buff. I know where an Alpha Carno is. I've flown over it a couple of times, going back and forth to the volcano. So let's pump some levels into melee damage, and go down this way, and kill ourselves an Alpha Carno. As long as you have a decent level Argentavis, and this one I don't think was super high level either as a Carno. I did have to take a break, grab something, kill it, get the Argent's healing going, and then beat on it a little bit more and see if I could kill it. It's just it takes forever because they have so much health. But there it goes. One Alpha Carnotaurus down. Ton of prime meat. Just a ton of prime meat. Every alpha you kill gives you so much prime. And there's nothing immediately for me to tame, so I'm just going to take it home and cook it. I'll turn it into jerky or something. A little bit more into melee. So that weight is high enough now. I can carry a ton of resources, or my dinos, whatever it is that I need. Now we're back home. We gotta unload all of that crystal. Duck under the tail. I should probably move Drake as often as I go through there. First, make the grill. We gotta get that prime meat cooking. Boom. Take this. And we'll go pop it. No. There's not really good space in here. I should just expand the foundation to pretty much cover this platform, really. Okay, go and put it around over here. No. Down the middle. I want it to where it has power, though. Somewhat closer to the house. I don't know how far that power cable reaches. It's not like I have a tech generator. It reaches forever in a day. There we go. That'll work. Kind of out on the front porch. It's a little bit of a mess. At some points, I'll get this all looking nice. I just am working and focusing more on making actual progress right now than building big bases. But I need to build like a breeding platform, and I need to build a industrial area, and I need to build storage that I can pull from and transfer to, and all of that stuff. So just go ahead and pull all that crystal into here, metal ingots into here, and take a look. What else? Cementing paste. Sure, pull that into here. And we'll make some greenhouse as well, because we have those crops up top. I didn't get the irrigation done in this episode, unfortunately. But they should have enough water to keep going for a little while. As I do pause the server between episodes, for the most part. I let it run a little bit before I get on and after I get off. Let's just go ahead and make up some greenhouse stuff here. And this speeds up the growth of your crops once you get greenhouse effect on all that. And I'm going to need to make some more structural pieces as well to kind of flesh out around the farm. Make ourselves a couple of walls. Boom, boom, boom. Doorway and a door. And let's go put this up here. Like that. Okay, I gotta pull this ramp down. No, I need to go from the bottom up. Thankfully I remembered that. I would have destroyed these lower two ramps. Not like it's super expensive to replace them, but you really don't want to do that. Put these ramps back up, and then we'll get that greenhouse up over the top. And that will allow us to grow those crops faster. And I'm going to have a platform here kind of wraps around this a little bit, so that you don't have to just like walk up and go through the door and immediately step onto the crock pot. So I'll put that there and start putting the ceilings up. See, how many more of these can I make? Checking the greenhouse on all this. Start working on this construction. It's definitely not done, but it's far along enough that I have greenhouse boost on at least some of those crops. So let's go and get some more stone now, so that we can continue working on our building projects around the base as we do this. Get the transfer set up. Dodic to storage, stone, and stone. Boom. Save. Done. Alright. And we are off. And every time I transfer, it's like over 1,000 stone. And I go and I beat up a few more, and it's another 1,000 stone. So everything's coming pretty quick. I have the crystal now, so I'll make that flashlight and put it on my shotgun. Put that in there, and attach. And to turn this thing on, once you pull it out, just double tap reload, and it turns the flashlight on and off. Very handy for caves. Shotguns are something you're going to use in caves a lot. Pull the ceilings out and get this sealed off here and over this little industrial area of sorts. What I'll probably do is make a bigger platform for the industrial and turn this into storage. Maybe expand this room just a bit and turn this into the storage room. Go ahead and seal that off. Don't need holes in my house, especially with dimorphs flying around and ichthyes flying around. I broke that when I built this platform. Throw that in there, right there. So now the sleeping areas are sealed off. And go ahead and make some more walls. See if we can seal this up, but we don't have enough walls, unfortunately. So we're just gonna put that there, and not quite enough. I'll get it finished, but I do want to probably take it out a little bit further so that we can make some more serious storage. I'll make an industrial platform and an AV area on top of that we can bring our flyers in. I did run out of fiber. That seems to happen like once an episode, and I needed it to make the nets. So a few thousand fiber collected and then nets crafted. Now once we make our harpoon gun, we'll be able to throw the nets in that, and so many things that you used to make traps for, you just don't need traps anymore. It's awesome. It's a little overpowered, but it is nice. And I need obsidian to make that, so transfer the fiber in. I'm gonna need to go and get obsidian. So go and get carrier pigeon. 2 places to get obsidian. At the volcano and at the top of Obsidian Mountain. So let's head out to the volcano. Last time I went to Obsidian Mountain and got obsidian from there with my Anki, but I was doing it by hand. I went ahead and cleared out the rest of the volcano. I didn't need too much. Now I gotta go and get some wood. Or I could go and collect more wood instead of transferring it out of where I actually need it. So let's go and just take the berry/beaver over here, drop him next to a couple of trees, and he's done. Bring it back. Run inside. I don't need the net gun, I need a harpoon launcher. And now we'll be able to trap just about everything. I was thinking of making riot gear for armor, going straight to top tier armor, but You can't get that until you're super high. So let's make flak instead. And this is going to cost some engram points, but I got the extras, so there we go. Open this up, and now we can get all medieval and build a nice set of flak armor for us. Throw the extra armor in the armor slot. Get the metal shield, and be fully ready. That's all loaded. I can't make chemistry bench until I hit level 82. Like, I'm close to some of these levels. So I'm level 74. I could get things like a Rex saddle, which means that, you know, we're ready for the boss fight now, level-wise. But I'm still a few levels away from things like a chem bench. I don't think I can get the industrial forge yet. And all that stuff, so hey, if I can't do all of that now and grind those resources, I remembered I still needed a baryonyx, and instead of looking for a baryonyx through the island rivers again and finding one or two that aren't at the right level, we'll just come to Genesis with our tech suit that allows us to fly and turn on a helmet, which I do once I get down over here. And there's an Equus right there. Pretty nice looking one. I've never tamed a... Well, I shouldn't say that. I tamed one horse, but I did for somebody else. I don't really ride around on Equus that often. But this visor mode allows us to see all of these things. Specifically, right now, this is handy because it allows us to get some fish meat for the baryonyx that we're going to tame. Because they are piscivores, which means they do eat meat, but they only eat fish meat. So now we're looking for a baryonyx, and we'll just go through shallow water and up these rivers, and you'll see a few baryonyx, and I realized that I forgot my spyglass. I was going to buy the materials to make one, but I don't have the hexagons because I spent all my hexagons. So when we find a baryonyx, I'm going to have to get awfully close to it to figure out what level it is. So hopefully it doesn't kill us. Because this tech suit, as powerful as it looks, not that much armor. This one is dead meat, so that's not going to work. And I see this over here, there's two of them fighting a Spino. So we just walked away from one and over here to another one. So I'm watching these two fight and I'm trying to see how the fight goes. And that one baryonyx is taking quite the beating and not taking any damage. I was going to punch the Spino, but let's use this instead, right? Pull out the shotgun, kill the Spino, save the baryonyx, and let it eat something and then figure out what level it is. Because it's probably a pretty decent level since it was fighting that Spino. And hopefully we don't get Dodicarist. It's the one thing we don't... that was a 130 Spino. Okay, so what level is the baryonyx? I got a couple level, drop down. Just ate that, now it's going to eat that corpse. So it should be pretty much fully healed. I just got to get low enough that I can look and see what level. Just get a glance. It was 100 something. It's close enough. It was like a 120. I just got to net it so that I can trank it. I'm really hurt. I can't let this thing bite me more than once or twice. It's over here fighting a trike. So go ahead and eat. Get the healing going. It's going to kill that trike. Let it kill the trike. Reload. That thing almost hit me. And it's a 145. Now its head is in the ground, so I can't get headshots. And I have a primitive long neck on top of it with regular trank darts and not shocking darts. Fired a blank there. So I'm going to go ahead and get up over this thing and fire at it from up here so that if it wakes up, it's not going to bite me. Because these things are pretty vicious. In terms of their abilities, they're kind of like oversized raptors. But they hit harder and they're great in water. Because they're semi-aquatic, kind of like Spinos are. They have specific attack in water that I will show at some point. But these things are just amazing, versatile mounts. They're kind of slow, but they're just so useful otherwise. I let it run for a little bit. I'm not too worried about it. The torpor will keep going up for a few seconds. I just need to let the net cooldown run out, which is 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then net it again and finish tranking it out. So, and it's eating a corpse, and I'm pretty sure I hit it, but the cooldown must not have been out yet. So, just trank it once to keep that torpor climbing. Wait. See how much we can do here before it starts running. If it's gonna just sit under me, I can just hit it while I'm up here. And then once it starts running, then I can net it and finish it off. Oh, that stupid turtle. I hate turtles. And now it's torpor running. So it should be close to getting knocked out, and the cooldown's definitely off now. Just fly over here real quick. Whee! And yeah, it's not going to attack us. It's too tired. So reload that. And now its head is exposed too. And yeah, it's pretty much out at this point. Knock it out. It's nice and healthy because it's been eating corpses this whole time. Almost done. There it goes. I just drop that fish in there, and there's a river not too far away. Plus, I'm probably going to need some narco berries just in case. I could buy some, but again, I don't have the hexes. And this turtle, I mean, seriously, this turtle. It's coming after that baryonyx still. I can't let it hit the tame. I need that tame to be as effective as possible. Nope. Nope, you don't get to leave. You have forfeited your life privileges. Nope. And this is why I hate turtles. They're so tanky. Probably good for PvP, though. Get that reloaded. I was going to hack it up, but I don't really need it. So we'll collect a few narco berries. Just so that we can, like, keep it out a little bit. I could knock it out again, I think, but I really don't want to. And again, I can't buy those narco berries. So just collect enough. I know it's going to be close. I don't want to super run, because if I run into it, I damage the tame effectiveness. I really didn't need him now that I look at this bar, but I like having it in there just in case. We'll keep it tracked so we know exactly where it's at. And let's go see if we can get some prime fish meat, speed the tame up, and make it a little bit higher quality. I just need to find a salmon in the water. There's one right there. Kill the salmon, and I have a sickle on me, so I can harvest it with a sickle. Like this. 4 prime fish meat right there. Beautiful. If I was better prepared, I would have gathered all that prime fish meat before I stuffed it into the baryonyx. But I just need it for caves. I'm not really looking to breed them or anything. So I'll just let it eat those few pieces of prime and boost its effectiveness along. And this thing's almost done taming. And all we got to do is figure out how we're going to get it out of here. Because I did not bring a cryopod with me. Yeah, it's almost done. So how am I going to get this thing out? Because I can't make a saddle for it. And... oh. There it is. It's awake now. I don't know what to name it yet. So I'll think about it and leave it there. And leave it tracked. And I have an idea. So I don't know if that tracking symbol is going to stay on when I leave like this or not. But I know what I can do. I'm going to go do one more mission and use the engram point, or use the hexagon points from that mission to buy a cryopod, because you can just buy cryopods. So I got one more mission I need to do. I'm going to do slide and glide on Alpha. And honestly, I think this is one of my favorite missions in Genesis Part 2. I remember the reward being buggy. I assume they fixed it by now. Then again, it is Ark. But it's really fast-paced, and it's fun to glide through this canyon with the Maywing. And if the boost does work now, it's actually a pretty decent boost too. And on Alpha, it's not really hard. It's fairly easy, fairly simple. Just don't mess up. You mess up and it's over. The hardest race mission that I've done on either map so far is definitely Downriver Run solo. But I just fly through, hit all the dash rings, through here. And I love the fidelity that the mouse gives you, because I've done this on a controller and it's a little bit harder. Not that much harder, but it is a little bit harder. And if you go left here, I think it's a little bit faster. Make sure you hit all the dash rings. Hit those big blue rings.
That's it. Ride that updraft.
They still haven't fixed that either. Swing up just a little bit, catch a little air, speed boost, and slide. This part is a lot of fun. Especially I run with boosted FOV settings, and you feel like you're going 900 miles an hour through here with the FOV cranked up like this.
Mind your head through there.
I have to get this mission. I have to clear it so that I can get the hexagon points to buy the cryopod.
First place.
There we go.
Good on you.
7 seconds to spare. And a handful of rewards.
Look at you, top of the leaderboard.
I don't know.
Now we can grow all the little scrappers on the ship faster and
I'm not gonna need. I'll transfer the Spinal saddle. I'm not gonna need the Diplodocus saddle. I can still move, so let's make sure we get that cryopod and go and get that baryonyx. I was trying to think if there was anything else that I needed, and no, I don't think so. Not right now, anyway. And I can always come back to Genesis Part 2. So, here we are. Back to the baryonyx. It's still alive. It was still tracked that whole time. Go ahead and run over here. Cryo this thing up, and we can head back to the end. Like I said, everything we need to run caves is stupid Sarko. That'll teach you from messing with me. Always make sure I don't leave anything in the tame. Just raw fish meat, I don't really need it. So let's track a mission dispatcher, and apparently there's one 2 seconds away instead of the one all the way out by the lake. I could have come over here. While I was running over here, flying over here, whatever, I did spot this Ovis, which, considering we have that trap at home, we have an Argent now, tranks that we can use, hook up the mutton, it'll keep for a while, maybe make a fridge or something. It'll keep for a while, and then we can use that mutton to tame a Thylacoleo, which those are great mounts for running caves, for getting around the island and doing stuff like that. I was going to try and trank out a Maywing before I went home, but raptors kept attacking it, and it got up before I could trank it out, so I gave up on it. I'm just going to head home now. But we're pretty much done now. I think I've done everything that I wanted to get done. And we're back on the island. All of these things will turn green here in a second. Throw out our Baryonyx. And let's get that mutton cooking. Transfer. Make ourselves a Baryonyx saddle. Pull for that. And now we have our cave mount. Yes! Ready! Next episode, 2 things for sure. I'll be running the first cave, or at least attempting to. And I need to start running piping, because now that I've covered the farm, it's not going to get water anymore from rain. So, we have a Baryonyx! There's not really anything to do with it right now. So I'll just park it in the yard, I guess. I still don't know what to name it. I sat here and I thought about it for a bit. And I decided to call it Cave. That's the best I could come up with. I'm honestly disappointed in myself. It is what it is. But we're done with this episode. Oh, no, wait. We gotta cook, take care of the cooked mutton. So as I make a refrigerator to store this thing in, so I'll put this in here for now so it doesn't spoil. As I make a refrigerator to store all of this stuff in, and prepare the trap for a Thylacoleo as well, I'll just ask you guys, leave me a comment down below. Question of the day: what did you guys think of the after commentary? Do you prefer the more raw? Do you prefer me just sitting here talking about it? I don't think there'll be as much of a chance for spontaneity, but I think there's not going to be nearly as many dead points in the recording. Because sometimes I get engrossed in the game and I just forget to speak. Well, sometimes I forget to speak, period, but, that's a personal problem, not so much a game problem. But, yeah, let me know what you thought. Do you prefer that I do it this way? I'll probably do the next episode in the same style, since I'll be running the cave anyway. And we'll try it that way, and then after that, we'll figure out what style I'll do, at least most often. Every once in a while, I'll have to do it one way or the other, regardless of which one I do end up with, so. It's just an interesting experiment for me. I was kind of thinking of trying it anyway, and since the house was just a chaotic mess at this point, and a lot of stuff going on at that time, it was a good opportunity for me to try and experiment. So we'll make up some spark powder so that we can make some more gunpowder. And now that that's crafting, that's all for this episode. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Oh no, wait. One more thing. Before we get off, I keep forgetting that this happens. Gotta make it a fridge for the mutton. Make the fridge, and just, why not, put it by the grill, right inside the grill. And I tried to pull items. For whatever reason, it didn't want to find the items that I was looking for, all of it. Like, it couldn't find the mutton specifically to pull. So, I know it's making jerky. I didn't want to pull the jerky. I did end up pulling all the prime, so it's not making prime jerky, but whatever. I need to go and get the mutton. I'll pull raw mutton, but I won't pull cooked mutton. I'll throw this out here so it keeps until we get a thyla. It'll keep for a while. I swear you could put cryopods in a fridge, or you could. It doesn't really matter. I'll get a cryo fridge. And then we'll put the water jar in there so we get some chilled water too. Okay, now we're done. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.